Hi yogis, welcome to week 7, day 4 of our Build Balance Momentum program. We are in a fun new location here in northern Wisconsin. It's finally warm enough to do some shooting of yoga outdoors, so I thought I'd kind of switch things up for the end of our journey together. So I hope you enjoy. There may be a little more static, so hopefully you can hear me. I'll try to speak up a little bit. But yeah, so let's get started. Today's class, our pose of the day is cow face posture. So a really fun kind of twisting, like bending, opening up through the shoulders, and then crisscrossing our legs. So this is a fun one that you might not get right away, but if you keep working at it, it'll come over time. So we're just going to get started today in easy seated posture. So I welcome you to close your eyes, listen to the birds in the background, and the fuzz from the wind. So I apologize if it's a little staticky. I don't have the best work at home equipment. But anyway, so I welcome you to turn your attention inward today and really focus on your breath. Deep inhale through the nose and exhale through the nose. With each inhale, feel your abdomen swelling with air, filling your stomach and your chest, and just flowing through the body. And release that back out. We're going to open our eyes now. And we're just going to bring our right hand over to our left knee. And we're going to keep our sit bones on the mat as we kind of spirally twist over to the left side. Just a gentle spinal stretch. And now let's take a deep inhale here as we rise our left hand up and over, stretching it over the body towards just above our right knee. Gaze over to the left side, feeling that stretch through the left side body. Deep inhale and exhale. And now let's release that arm. This time bringing our right arm over to the right side and our left hand on the outside of the right knee. Inhale over to the right side. Now deep inhale as you bring your right arm up and over, stretching it over the body towards just on top of the right knee or the left knee. Gaze over your right side, keeping your sit bones on the mat. And release. So cow face posture requires internal and external rotation of the shoulders, something we don't often do in like our normal everyday activities. So we're just going to bring our arms out, kind of cactus them nice and wide, and we're just going to drop, keeping our elbows in the position that we are. We're just going to move our forearms so that our palms are towards the back and they're just kind of dangling there. And only go to what's comfortable for you. So if you can only bring them this far, that's okay. We don't want to be stressing our shoulders at all. But if you just do like this exercise over and over again, you'll eventually open up a little more through the shoulders. So as you see, when we rock our forearms forward, our shoulder pivots. And so right now when I do that, that's internally rotating my shoulder. So if I bring it back up, this is neutral. If we kind of extend it backward, and see, I can only bring my arm backward just a little ways, and that's completely normal. Then you start to externally rotate that shoulder. So we're just going to do a light exercise where we just gently move through our own range of motion, internally and externally rotating our shoulders. So maybe exhale on the down, inhale on the way up, exhale, bringing your hands towards the ground. Inhale. Try not to let those elbows dip too much. But if your shoulders get tired, feel free to give them a rest. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Alright, now let's drop our right hand to the mat. Inhale our left arm over to the other side. I should say, let's exhale our left hand over to the other side. Inhale, open up through the chest area. Bring that left arm out wide to the side. Pivot so your thumb is on the ground. And then bend that elbow. So we're internally rotating the shoulder. Bend that elbow and bring it behind the body and just see if you can tap your shoulder blade. So I'll kind of show you what I mean. So see if we brought it down, bring it down, rotate. See if you can bring it up and tap that shoulder blade. If you can't, don't necessarily try to wiggle it up your arm. We'll just continue to do this exercise and eventually you'll get a little more range of motion. It's okay to do a little wiggling though. That's how I learned how to scratch my back. I have more internal range of motion with my left arm than my right because I use my left arm for scratching. So you may notice you have more mobility in one shoulder than the other. But so we're gonna stretch it over, open, pivot so that thumb's down, and bend it over. Tap that shoulder blade, bring it back up, flip the grip, exhale over to the right side. Inhale, exhale, shoulder blade tap. Let's do one more. Inhale, exhale, tap. Shoulders in neutral as we come up, exhale over. Let's drop that left hand to the mat now. Inhale, that right arm up, exhale it over. Inhale it over, crossing the body, opening up, pivot that thumb towards the ground, palm to the back. Exhale that arm behind the body, internally rotating that shoulder blade, or that shoulder, and then tap your shoulder blade if you can. Exhale. Inhale, open up. Exhale behind the body. We'll do one more. Pivot that thumb down. Exhale, tap. And let's bring it up. We're going to inhale our arms wide overhead. And we're going to bring our left arm kind of towards our right elbow. And we're just going to assist it backward. So you can kind of pull your head in between your arms if you can. Help guide your shoulder backward and press it almost up to the side of your head, dropping the elbow behind. And we're just giving ourselves a nice stretch here, so we don't want to be like straining our shoulders in any way. So if you have any discomfort, just back off a little bit. And we're just going to breathe through this stretch. And release that right arm. Let's grab our left elbow now and drop it over behind the body, gazing over to our left side and just stretching. And release. Back down. Then we're going to come up into our downward facing dog. So we're going to bring our knees under us. We're going to tuck our toes under. And let me tuck in my shirt here. Just a bit on the side. Alright. Let's bring our toes under and we're going to send our sit bones up and back. And feel free to pedal out your legs at this time. Really grounding through your mat.
we're gonna inhale our right leg up, and then exhale, bring that knee towards our chest, and let's just bring it up in between the arms, and then we're gonna send it back. Exhale. Inhale, bring it between the arms. Exhale, send it back. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Last one, inhale, hold here, pulling it towards your chest, pushing the mat away and puffing through your back, and see if you can bring it down to rest in between the hands. And if you can always assist it up. And we're gonna drop our left heel towards the mat, lining up our right heel with our left heel. And we're gonna inhale up into warrior one. So as you exhale, sink into that front knee. Legs strong, core engaged, not letting your pelvis dip too much, but really tucking that tailbone under. Relaxing your shoulders up and back. We're gonna exhale, diving into humble warrior, sending our arms extended behind the body. Relaxing into that front leg, strong and sturdy. We're gonna put our arms down on the mat, and we're gonna just gently rock back and forth until we can hop up that back leg. And we're gonna open up that hip, and let's see if we can bring that left arm up and over to the ceiling for half moon pose. Gaze forward, or you can gaze towards the ground if you'd like. And you can stay in this posture, or maybe you can reach behind and grab that ankle and just open up your foot. Oop. It's hard to balance in here. Open up your foot and your hip. Good. And release. Slowly bringing that leg over to the front and crossing it over your right leg. You're going to inhale to halfway lift and exhale, forward fold. Nice crisscross forward fold, always feels so good. Just breathe here a moment. And when you're ready, you can uncross your leg, send that left foot back, follow it with your right foot. We can take one vinyasa. So inhale, rock forward, grab those elbows, tighten them towards your torso. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. And we're gonna ground through that right foot as we inhale, right foot up and back. Exhale. Bring that knee in between the arms. Bring it back. Inhale, knee in between the arms. Exhale, back. Deep inhale. Send it back. Let's do two more. Deep inhale, bringing it forward in between the arms. Send it back. And last one, in between the arms, hold and hover, rounding, puffing through the back of the back, tucking that knee deep towards your chest, pushing the mat away, and see if you can bring it up in between your hands. Drop that right heel to the mat. Inhale, arms up into warrior one. Deep inhale. Legs strong, sturdy. Arms relaxed back. exhale as we drop our chest towards our thigh, extending the arms long behind the body. Core engaged, arms active, pressing through the mat. And release our arms to the mat. Maybe reposition yourself just a bit to get better leverage. Rock back and forth on that back foot. See if you can pop it up. Ground through the mat with your arm. Maybe you grab a block if you need to kind of bolster yourself up. Inhale and open that right arm towards the sky. Maybe you stay here, or maybe you reach behind the body, grab that ankle, and open it up. It's okay to have a slight micro bend in that front knee. And release, gently guiding that leg over and crossing it over to the left side. Inhale, halfway lift, and exhale, forward fold. And gently release that right leg. Now walk your hands over towards facing the outer edge of your mat and slowly lower down into a low yogic squat. Pressing your elbows into your knees. Deep inhale. Spine long and active. And exhale. We can drop our butt to the mat, and let's bring our left leg over to the right hip so that our knee is directly in front of our body. And let's bring our right knee over that left knee. See if we can stack our knees and pull that foot towards the hip. We're getting ready for our cow face posture. So this is how our legs are for the pose. And then we'll grab our strap. I forgot to mention that you would need a strap for this class, so if you need to pause and go grab one, that's okay. Technically, if you're flexible, you don't need a strap if you have really good mobility in your shoulders. But I am not one of those people, so I need a strap, and that's okay. And so if you need one, feel free to grab one. So we're going to inhale our right arm up today. Bring it up. Like I had mentioned before, maybe we're going to do that arm exercise where we guide our elbow up and over. So feel free to take this strap and just kind of fling it behind your back. And if you want, you can kind of circle it around your wrist just a bit to get more leverage. And we're just going to bring it up and over. And feel free to help guide you to really open it up with your left arm. Now we're going to do what we did before. So see if you can release that arm. Let it kind of hang. Just hang behind the body. We're going to bring our left arm out to the side. Do that internal rotation again. So drop that thumb and let's exhale it over and behind the back. Once again, reaching for that shoulder blade. Maybe you can touch the fingers of your right hand, and maybe you can't. But you should be able to feel the your strap hanging behind the body. So if you can, grab that strap, and you can almost use your right arm or the top arm to kind of pull up a little to get a little more internal rotation of your other shoulder, but only to what's comfortable, so don't strain your shoulder in any way. And we just want to kind of walk them in so we get a good gentle pressure, and you can really feel the stretch in both shoulders. And then you can also use that bottom arm to kind of pull it down and open up through the top shoulder as well. So I'll kind of show you and flip so you can kind of see what I'm doing here. So this is what it should be looking like. The goal ideally is to clasp your hands, your fingers together behind the body, like this.
Now I'm only going to show you on that side because I can't do it on the other one. But let me get back into position again. So we're just going to hold it here a few moments and breathe. Sitting your weight slightly forward so you can feel a stretch through your hips. And then slowly and gently slide your left arm down the strap to release it. And we're going to do that on the other side. So maybe kind of do a loop of your strap around your left arm. Inhale it up and over. Bend it behind the body. Bring your right arm out to the side. Flip that grip. And walk it over to your shoulder blade. See if you can find that strap. Grab hold of it. Maybe you walk your fingers up the strap just a bit. Maybe you use your top arm to help pull it up just a tiny bit. Not so much, like I said, that it's hurting or straining your shoulder, just enough to feel a nice gentle stretch. Maybe you pull it down to kind of help inhale that, or, increase that range of motion in the top arm. And you just hold the strap nice and tight. And I forgot to mention, sorry, if you want, you can flip your legs. So bring that right foot over to the left side, bring that left leg over to the right hip. So our knees are on top of each other, and there you go. To me, it really doesn't matter which leg is on top versus which arm is on top. You're getting the same benefit either way, so if it's more comfortable to have one leg on top, then feel free to do that. I'm just going to breathe here. Now slowly slide that right arm down using the strap and release. Bring that strap back, down, and around. And we're going to come into our tabletop posture. And we're just going to walk our arms down into extended puppy pose. So maybe untuck those toes, really deep inhale and exhale. Gently guide your frontal lobe to the mat. And we're going to inhale as we rise up and gently lower onto our stomachs. We're going to come into a nice locust, or I should say, sorry, a nice sphinx posture. So inhale, pushing our forearms into the mat. We're going to inhale our arms up, pressing the tops of our feet into the mat. And we're just going to breathe here. Maybe you bring that left arm down and just thread it under your right arm and gently guide that shoulder to the mat and just rest your body weight onto that arm. Maybe you rock back and forth or just gently massaging that shoulder. You can rest your frontal lobe on your arm if you want. We're going to lift back up and do the same thing with our right arm. So thread it under in between your arm and gently lower down.
rocking back and forth if you feel like that's comfortable. Otherwise, you can just rest your weight on your arm. And slowly release. Come up onto our knees.
And let's just flip over onto our backs.
Use your knees to guide yourself down. And let's bring our arms to the outside of our feet, pulling our knees in towards towards our armpits, and just rocking back and forth. Feel the weight of our legs sink our knees into our armpits a little bit deeper. And let's return our mind and our thoughts to our breath once again. Allow any external thoughts to drift away. Acknowledge that they're there. And then release them. Just be present with with what your body is feeling at this moment. And gently release and come into Shavasana. Let your arms and legs hang heavy. And return your thoughts to your breath. Maybe you place one hand on your stomach to reconnect with yourself, or one over your heart. Deep inhale. Feel your abdomen swelling with air. And exhale, release. Maybe if you're feeling stagnant, you can do exhale pulses. So deep inhale. Exhale, audible push through the mouth. Deep inhale. Exhale. And return to your normal rhythmic breathing. Maybe relaxing your arms down to your side at this time.